Hey, this is High Priestess LC from Tarot and Journey, and the topic of today is about shadow work. Okay, so if you're in your spiritual journey and you are actually in the space where you realize you have to do shadow work, I'm gonna try to walk you through it. So, what is shadow work, right? So, you know how you are, you walk, you leave your shadow, right? So, basically, it's kind of like the same thing. So, shadow work, doing your shadow work is basically acknowledging all the things that you normally don't acknowledge, like things that you have dimmed, like things that you have dimmed within yourself. So doing shadow work really consists of you bringing things that is kept, is suppressed and kept away in your subconscious mind, and things that you need to work on, that you procrastinating on, and things that has affected you through life that might be traumatic or anything, um, and things that are pretty much keeping you from getting to the you that you would love to be yourself, whether for a relationship or goals or things that you have pretty much suppressed for a while, and it has got to a point. It has got to a point that you either have to deal with it or you're going to sink, right? Because it's like you can't run away from your shadow, like never. So wherever you go, your shadow shall follow. And so like I was saying, I decided to do shadow work on me as far as now no longer smoking and drinking. And of course, that was definitely an awkward place for me to be. It was something I haven't done before. It was definitely terrifying. It was just much easier for me to go back to just drinking and smoking. Um, but it was, it was, it really wasn't easy. But the mind I have right now compared to the mind I have a year ago is completely different. And it's really because I've been able to keep a clear mind to even process things that I would have naturally left in the shadow. And as like right now, I'm like presently doing my shadow work on a few other things that I have realized that I do, like suppressing myself and who I am, and dumbing myself down for people because like they used to always don't feel like I understand. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not necessarily like book genius type shit, but like I do understand that when it comes to you put everything on that back burner, ignoring it to the point that it has absolutely no choice but to come out swinging. Yeah, then you are going to be in some hot shit. So let me try to walk you through this the best way I can. I'm not perfect. The great thing about me actually choosing that to do, as far as the shadow work this year, was that it opened doors for me to really connect with me on a level that I haven't done over 10 years. And the gratitude that comes behind that is just out of this world. And the fact that I really understand that I'm not even a year in this movement, so I know it's nothing but better things to come. It's just beyond me. And for real, I'm hoping that I could continue to keep this going until the day I go back, my energy returns into something else. So that's really how I feel about that. But again, I also do want you guys to understand that shadow work is really not for the weak. Like, it's definitely not going to be love and light and sunshines and rainbow at all. Like, it. you have to be so real with yourself, right? Like, you cannot even do shadow work unless you're willing to be honest with yourself. Just doing this shadow work, just being able to tear down that wall of not being your complete self, just being able to basically dance with your demons, baby. Just dance with your demons. You like, yo, come on, shit. I know that I ain't that good at reading, but shit, I'm finna try. I know I really have a habit, but I'm trying to stay sober. I know I have problems and things I have done that I'm not grateful and proud about, but I'm going to scream it from the surface of the earth. Like, let me say this. When I was 18, I did something pretty petty. My friends and I went to a misunderstanding, was pretty much in a misunderstanding and disagreement, and basically they did something to me that I felt like was not cool, so I decided to be petty, and I'm not proud of this, but I'm going to say it. I did I stick a broom in the dog ass. And they was very upset. I really understand why they was mad. But, yo, I don't know what came over me, and I don't know why I did that, but I definitely feel totally bad for that, and I wish I never did that. But I can't change the past, but I could definitely work on me not ever getting angry enough to think that shit was cool. Sometimes doing shadow work, you got to understand that you can't please everybody. All you can do is work on yourself. You're going to work on you and your little baggages that come with you to get to the you that you're trying to be. Yes. And you might put in a little bit more work if it's going to affect somebody outside of you if those things are not done. And I'm saying that, so let me give you an example. Like, if you was a child that was, like your parents had no problem putting belts to ass, right? And you felt like they did that out of love and you do not hold no grudges, but now you have a child that's hard to listen and you feel like you've been literally putting belts to ass, and all you try to hold on to not putting belts to ass, and then you waste to a point that you frustrated and you do it and you overdo it, and now you not only did you traumatize the child, they're deeply wounded, right? They're wounded emotionally and physically, and now you got to get to that drawing board and fix that. Or it could be something as simple as stop stealing. So you try to work on that. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day. Like I said, Rome was not built in a day, okay? So just understand that when you are doing this shadow work, like, I would say, like, give yourself some time to focus on you and away from everybody else so you can really do this the way you need to do it. Understand that you do not hear a tree grow, right? And you don't see when it hits, you do not see while it's underground so it cracks through the earth's surface. You do not watch the process of the baby growth. Yeah, you might have a sonogram and everything, but you cannot see it physically how it's going. Okay, it just gets to a point where your water breaks and it needs to come out. All I'm saying is, as you doing this shadow work, do it in that shadow, right? Do it in the shadow. Work on you by yourself, alone, on your own time. Be brutally honest with yourself and allow yourself to do what's necessary. Understand that there is light at the end of that tunnel. And I'm like, again, every change is something, and change is just going to happen. There's no denying change. If nothing else is consistent in life, one thing is change is. So try not to allow yourself to get tormented. Do what's necessary. One wasn't built in a day, so don't do too much.
Me trying to figure out who is stealing money from my account.